So today I'm going to take you through all of the jobs that I had and quit before I found my passion and started my business. Grab a drink. We might be here for a while. Anyway, if you haven't been here before, my name is Ashley, and hit the subscribe button. On this channel, I talk about business. I share my business tips, advice, journey, day in the life. I also am a single mom of 3, so sometimes I talk about that. So this list is in no particular order. I'm just free flowing and talking to you. Yes, I'm not going to put them in order because, like many entrepreneurs, I've learned now. I went through a lot of different industries and a lot of different jobs trying to figure out why I wasn't happy. Like trying to find that job that I liked. I didn't expect to be in love with it. You know, people are like, oh, do what you love, go to work every day, happy. Like, that sounds great, but that's hard to find, right? That balance, especially as a mom, because you always have to deal with like your kids and their schedule and everything else. But I just wanted to find something I enjoyed doing that paid me well. So I went through a lot of different industries and a lot of jobs. I had really, really good jobs, several of them that people looked at me sideways when I quit. But I do know now, everyone won't get your vision. Everybody's not gonna see your vision. So, or understand your journey. It's yours. Even people that love you, that are family, friends, and close, that only want the best for you, they're gonna look at you like you're nuts and they're not gonna get it. It takes a certain mindset to see the bigger picture and the goal, or to even understand how you can chase dreams, because a lot of people just kind of let go of their dreams. Let's get into the list because, like I said, it's kind of lengthy. Okay, so the first job that I had that I loved, that I actually thought I might really keep because I really enjoyed working there, is a hotel. So I used to work front desk at a hotel, just checking guests in, and assisting them with things that they needed, checking them out, things like that. I loved that job. I loved meeting people. They would come from everywhere on business. Like, it was a really nice hotel. So a lot of businessmen, or people, business women, a lot of men, but it's just, yeah, everyone on vacation. So most of the time they're in a good mood. They're excited when they're checking in. They're ready to go on their vacation. So that was a really great job. The only reason why I quit that job, well, I had a couple reasons. A big, huge reason why I quit that job and the hotel industry altogether is because of the suicides. I never knew that so many people would book hotels and commit suicide in them. So I worked there for like 8 months. And in 8 months, we had 4 deaths. And that might not sound like a lot, but that's a lot for me, who had never been around death or anything like that. And it was just traumatic. There was that time I sold luxury houseboats. I didn't sell them, I rented them out. But of course you have to sell people on it. Like, they might call for a little like pontoon. But I talked them into getting a whole houseboat with bedrooms, and they were really beautiful luxury houseboats, with like several bedrooms, just beautiful. I also booked rooms in a hotel on the side of the Grand Canyon once. So I know I said I would never work at hotels again, but like I said, that was part of reserving the houseboats. There was one company that would manage that hotel. So I didn't work in the hotel. I worked in an office off-site. Obviously, I wasn't working at the Grand Canyon, but we would rent out rooms in that hotel. We do reservations for that hotel. We'd also rent out houseboats, and I actually ended up having to get my boating license from working there. So that was kind of cool. Another job, like I said, these are not in order, and I'm gonna try hard not to give specifics on branding. I'm not gonna bash mostly anyone. But another job I had was I worked at a fast food restaurant. First time, only time, last time I worked in fast food. This was when I was much younger. I was down for it. I said, "Oh, you're gonna be a cashier. Perfect. I'll be a cashier. Great." It got cold. It was already kind of cold when I started, but I was in training. Then as soon as I was like almost done with training, they're like, "Yeah, we need you to take orders outside." What? In the winter? I'm a cashier. I'm supposed to be inside and here. They're like, "Yeah, no, no, no. But you have to go take orders, stand in like the drive-thru, take orders outside." Quit. Done. That was it. Oh, okay. Hold up. I gotta use the bathroom. Never came back. Oh, a job I really loved. It wasn't even the job. So this job was really stressful too, and I can't give much detail about it. But I loved the people. Like, there's only two places where I worked where I loved almost everyone that worked there. Like, everyone. And I worked, so that was the Attorney General's office in the state that I used to live in, not Illinois. And if you follow me, you probably know what this is, but I'm trying to keep, like I said, specifics out. But I loved that job. I loved everyone that worked there. Everyone. They paid me a nice amount of money. Now I'm like, but at the time I felt like it was a nice amount of money. I had a set schedule, which I really wanted for my son. They were just standard office hours, no weekends, which was a big deal because at that time I only had Gavin. I did get pregnant with Gianna while I was working there. That's when I really started thinking about starting my own thing. And I started talking about starting my own thing. I really wanted to be home with Gigi after I had her. So I quit that job to start my entrepreneurial journey. But I didn't. After that, like directly after that, I did work at home though for another company, but that sucked for a whole nother reason. I meant to put my phone on airplane mode before I started this video. Give me a second. Okay, so yeah, I would do collections over the phone, and I literally would lay across my bed to do these collections over the phone. It was probably the greatest thing. I didn't like that job because mostly of the hours, and I got a little tired of the collections thing. It taught me a lot. The job that really, really pivoted my mindset and pushed me to go for starting my own business was working at a internet company. I think I have said it before. It's hard not to give details, but an internet company, like a tech company. And with that, I did tech support, actually. And people would call in and I would ask them about, most of the people had businesses. This company dealt with websites. They designed websites, just dealt with websites. So I would ask people about their businesses while I checked into what they were calling for. So they would call in, and I would ask them for more details while I'm looking at their problem and helping with that tech support and fixing their issues. So it really opened my mind up to how many different ways people can make money and work for themselves, and how many different just avenues and like just different business types that there were. I never knew about, like I never saw, and that really changed everything, like changed my mindset and everything. Just being able to talk to all these different people from all over the world and see all their different ideas, and it just was, even just people with blogs. But I would be talking to them and some people was telling me they were making money from blogging. And I'm like, really? I didn't know you could really do that. Like, people say that, but can you really? And just getting that feedback and seeing it, it just was mind blowing to me. So that was a big deal. That company really changed everything. A job that I loved, that I do regret quitting all the time, is I worked for a big, huge, really famous beverage company. Like one of the #1 beverage companies. So at that job, I would schedule jobs for the service technicians and the install technicians. So when new restaurants were opening and they wanted a soda fountain, I'm from Illinois, it's pop, but some places, a soda fountain, like a fountain machine, you know, you get your drinks and they like push it, the cup on the lever, the machine. Okay, the technicians installed them. I would manage their schedules and basically and route their jobs for the day. And also, I would support the sales team by making sure that equipment would be ready for those certain dates, because new restaurants have inspections and they can't get those inspections until all these things are installed. So I would coordinate all of this stuff. Okay, loved that job. There were issues with pay for me with that job. I also worked at an apartment community, 2 of them. Whoa, I almost forget that. So 2 apartment communities I worked at, one huge apartment community, another one, a mid-sized apartment community. The mid-sized community was the best one. I loved my boss. I still love her a lot. Like, if you happen to watch this, Heather, you're awesome. I love you. But the other community had shady women in it. I was so impressed because the other one, the big, huge one I worked at years ago, and I was so excited and impressed to work there. I had never had a female boss until I worked there. And like, they were young, like a little older than me, but young, like running the place. Like they felt like bosses. But with that came, and I thought this was just going to be amazing. I was going to learn so much from them, and I was going to, learn and grow. But instead of it being a positive experience, they were really catty and really competitive. And, I'm competitive. There's nothing wrong with some friendly competition. But the cattiness, the nasty niceness, I think that was probably one of my worst experiences as far as a job goes. I've had so many jobs, y'all. I'm seriously like sitting. So the last job that I had, before I completely just was like, that's it, not doing this anymore, nope. And I wrote about it on my blog on my website, not the vlog on the YouTube, but a blog on my website. I wrote about it in specific details, and I'll tell you the name of this one because I'm never gonna work there again. But the post office, the postal service. So I worked there twice and I quit twice. That's what I said, I'm never gonna work there again. I know that, lesson learned. But the first time, and both times I did the same job in the same office. So the first time I went and I quit because I just didn't like their schedule. And I was just starting my business, but I didn't have everything lined up correctly. I didn't plan right. I didn't make a business plan. I just literally was winging it. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I don't need that. This is not my thing. So I'm gonna do this. And so I quit. Okay, fast forward a couple years later, I'm like, ooh, you know what? I really need that steady paycheck. Like, the business is okay. Wasn't great, I'm gonna be honest, but it was okay. But I need that consistent, steady paycheck that you get from a 9-to-5 job. In my town, I live outside of Chicago. I don't live in Chicago, but I live outside of Chicago. Smaller town. So I started looking for other jobs, found out none of them were gonna pay as much as that one, which is mediocre. But because I don't live in a big town, it was harder to come across higher paying jobs that offered the benefits that the Postal Service offered. So I went back into my same job with a lot of my same old co-workers, and yeah, I ended up staying there for a year. One of the things is that I would have to do mandatory overtime, many hours, and it was really taken away from my business. And at this point, when I went back, my business was doing great. You know what I mean? So like, if I had to choose, I'm like, you know what? The Postal Service, is taking way too much of my time. It's heavy. whereas this is not a heavy. You know what I mean? Like, I like this. So I had to let go of that for the second time. I felt like a jerk though. Like, dang, you came and quit again. Like, you couldn't even wait 5 years, ma'am. But like I said, it's a journey, it's a process. I did try a retail distribution center. I'm trying not to get the specifics. I don't know, but I did try a retail stores distribution center, and that was okay. They paid less, but they had a set schedule. They also, yeah, that was the main thing about that. But the set schedule, like I said, is a big deal for me. But they had these odd shifts, of course. The old people, not like the people who were there previously, the seasoned employees, how about that? They wanted those first shifts. So the shifts that they would fill first, obviously, for newer people would be the graveyard overnight. We'd do 12-hour shifts, which I thought was amazing because then I'd have 3-day weekends, so 4 days on, 3 days off. And I would always have to do 1 weekend day. But yeah, no. It was so weird though, because you couldn't have bags. You couldn't take bags in it because it was a distribution center, so they have products in it. And you'd have to have clear bags, like I bought a clear purse to work there. So you have to only have clear bags or plastic bags that they could see through. There was security at the door, so you couldn't get in or out. Everyone went to lunch at the same time. Everyone went to breaks at the same time. It was like a factory, like a Lucy. I love Lucy. That's what it reminds me of. I love Lucy factory, when they have like a ding, 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 and everybody gets up and walk away. Everybody's shift starts at the same time. Everybody's shift ends at the same time. So you'd have these mass of people all like get up and leave at the exact same time. I worked at Walmart. That was a specific. So that retail distribution store was not Walmart, but it was a big store. But I worked at an actual Walmart store for 6 months, maybe. Yeah. Oh, I worked at a Target too for like 3 months. I did stock at Target. Was it? No. Yes, I did stock at Target. I did cashier at Walmart. I thought stock was going to be great because you didn't have to deal with the customers like I had to at Walmart, but stock is hard. It's hard on your body, so stock is hard. That's a lot, right? My point is, if you feel like you aren't happy with any job and you know you want to start your own thing, trust your instincts. But I will say, educate yourself. So watch videos like you're doing right now and make a plan, make a business plan. Look for your local, what's it called? Like a chamber of commerce, if you're doing commerce. And though that they have several resources for you. I do commerce, obviously. So there's several resources. Look into the SBA. They have so many resources. Google, just educate yourself and make a solid plan, and you'll be great. That never finding anything that you love, but you want to work for yourself, but that never feeling like any job is the right fit, I understand, because that was totally me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you pushed the like button and subscribed. I feel like I give you good stuff. If I don't, then leave a comment. Tell me about it. Bye.